Good evening, everybody. We'll call the regular council meeting of the Township of Nipigon to order Tuesday, March 21st, 2023. First, we'll read our land acknowledgement that we read at every meeting. In the spirit of reconciliation, the Township of Nipigon respectfully acknowledges it is located on the traditional lands of the Red Rock Indian Band, signatory on the Robinson Superior Treaty of 1850, and also the historic presence of the Métis. So I'll just let everybody know that Councillor Sakamoto has sent her regrets, so she will not be here this evening. Item number 1, disclosures of pecuniary interest. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 2, minutes. Approval of previous minutes from March 7th, 2023. What resolution number are we on, Stereo?
070.
2023. Resolution number 070-2023, moved by Councillor. Oh, you're writing.
Oh.
Is that here?
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, and that's Glenn.
I mixed it up too.
Moved by Councillor Pelletier, seconded by Councillor Hart, that the previous minutes for March 7th, 2023 are hereby adopted as reported by the clerk. Discussion, Councillor McKenzie?
Yes, thank you. I do have one question for our CAO there. When it comes to the approval of the museum minutes,
yeah,
is it minutes as approved or minutes accepted? Because I think there were some items in there that may have to be technically approved at a budget meeting, or how does that work?
No, they mentioned it in the budget meeting, but we approved the minutes. They didn't put in a request. They gave us information on
Okay,
the budget items, and we'll forward that on to the finance meeting.
okay.
Yeah.
That's all I had. Thank you.
Okay. Any further discussion on the minutes? All in favor? And carried. Okay, item number 3, finance, confirm and approve accounts. Resolution number 071-2023, moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor McKenzie, that the payment of accounts is listed on the following payment voucher B, and the same is hereby confirmed and approved. Payment voucher number 9-2023, $27,549.50. Payment voucher number 10, number 10-2023, in the amount of $75,005.92. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? And carried. Item B, finance meeting minutes of March 16th. 2023, resolution number 072-2023, moved by Councillor Pelletier, seconded by Councillor Hart, that the minutes of the Township of Nipigon Finance Committee on March 16th, 2023 are hereby approved, and recommendations
There's 2 here.
are approved. Okay. Recommendation number 1, that the final draft of the 2023 capital budget be submitted to council for approval. Item number 2, that council directs the CAO to investigate the sale of the Tourist Information Center. Number 1 and 2 approved. Any discussion? All in favor? And carried. Okay, item finance 3C 2023 capital budget. Resolution 073-2023, moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Pelletier, that this council approves the following changes to the 2023 Township of Nipigon capital budget as presented by staff. Is there anything that I need to just, I guess, page number, whatever it is there? Okay. Any discussion? All in favor? And carried. Okay, number 3, finance, D, sale of land Settlers Road. Resolution 74, 2023. Moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart. That leave be given to introduce a bylaw to authorize the sale of certain lands, that the bylaw be read a first and second time, that the said bylaw be read a third time, finally passed and numbered bylaw 1921 of the Township of Nipigon. All in favor? And carried. Three E, finance, top of Lake Superior Chamber of Commerce. Okay, let me just catch up here on my iPad. Those were a lot of resolutions go through. Okay. So it looks like we have an invoice for a membership for 2023 for the top of Lake Superior Chamber of Commerce in the amount of $113. And we have a plan for the 2023 top of Lake Superior Chamber of Commerce. Do we have any discussion on that? Councillor McKenzie?
Yes, I would just, surprised that it was still in existence, because I didn't think it was very active. That's my only comment. Does anyone know that it is still active? I guess it is, if they're sending us an invoice.
I believe it's active. Beyond that, I'm not sure about what's going on in it, within it, stuff like that, but when we're getting basically advertising in the walleye, we're getting a few other things that they're moving towards, things that we'll see. And it's worthwhile, in my opinion, to be there right now at this point in time. So they can figure out what exactly it is they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm good with it.
Okay, so we're gonna resolution 75, 2023. Moved by Councillor Hart. Moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby approves payment in the amount of $100 plus HST for the 2023 top of Lake Superior Chamber of Commerce. And we're all in favor? And carried. Okay, economic development, item number 4A, minutes of March 2nd, 2023. Okay. Do we have any comments or items of discussion on those minutes? So resolution 76, 2023, moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart, that the minutes of the Nipigon Economic Development Committee, March 2nd, 2023 are hereby approved, and recommendation, the recommendation that the EDC committee is recommending to have a market map with parcel numbers of vacant property available for the public. Councillor McKenzie.
I just had a quick question for our CAO there. I'm just wondering, with vacant land in the township there, is there not something that's online, Kelly? That people can look up or?
Not currently, no. We do have a hard copy of it. We redefine parcels that have services and ones that don't.
Okay, but I guess the other thing too is if someone wanted to know, they could just call, right?
Yeah, and we do get inquiries quite often.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're good.
Okay, yeah, I just was curious, that's all.
Okay, all in favor? And passed. Economic Development 4B, Edge Arts Committee proposal to council. So, this is a proposal being made to council. I guess it's come to our attention that it wasn't, completely reviewed by the entire Edge Arts Committee, before it was submitted to us. But, anyone who, I guess, well, we have it in front of us. Is there anyone who'd like to make some comments so that we can maybe have that input brought back to that committee as they meet again and work on it further?
Yes, thank you, your worship. I was just wondering, I know there's gonna be a number of summer students hired this year. And I know the museum's also looking for summer students. And if there's any way, there could be, shared resources somehow. That would be my only kind of suggestion. And I think it's a good idea to open up the Edgearts in for the summer. Like last summer, I ran into a number of tourists in particular that were looking, walking the streets and looking for something. So, the museum and the Edge Arts Center would fit that bill.
Basically, I just have a question for the CEO. Do we have, how many students do we get a summer, and they're mostly allocated every year to the same situation, same place?
Well, I would say probably in the last 5 years, we've struggled to fill student jobs, the pool being one of them. We don't get an influx of student applications anymore. But there is plans in place. We brought this up, I believe, 3 years ago, about kind of sharing students just to break up the monotony of some of the jobs that the students do in the summertime, to kind of keep them interested and maybe bring them back. Also at the Edge Arts, we were successful in phase or round 3 again of the funding for the senior programming through New Horizons, so we'll be again running that for a year. So there's all kinds of options here. But summer students are hard to come by, just numbers wise. The ones we get are quality, but just numbers wise, we struggle to fill a lot of positions.
Do we still get many, like 4 years ago, I know that we used to get so many from the band to come in to do jobs like at drugstore, for town, whatever else.
We reach out to them every year trying to fill spots as well.
Okay. I have no problem, we got the people for sure.
Okay. Counselor Hart, did you have a?
Well, I think pretty much covered on it. I mean, that's the just of to the summer students or somebody to be able to run the building there. That I think that was the proposal that is more time sensitive than anything else. And if there's already potential for that to be staffed, then I think we're covered.
We're lucky if we get 10% funding on our student costs. I mean, to add another 1 or 2 to the budget, would it be hugely impactful to us? We get minimal funding.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
what's the time frame on when do you have to put those applications in?
well, the applications have to be in January. And so like I said, we're lucky if we get maybe 4 funded positions on 12 to 16 students. And they're only funded at $2 maybe an hour or something like that. So, we're trying to be, it's the other thing is trying to make jobs that students are interested in. Like now we've extended one out to the golf course. We always focused on the pool because it's pretty unfair to the pool student or to the pool lifeguards, the amount of certification they have to take. We pay for their certification, their travel, everything, just to try to entice them to come. Again, like I said, would we be hard pressed to get 2 students to go to Tourist Information or to the Edge Arts? Probably not. I don't know. We have a hard time recruiting even environmentalists. To this point, I believe we don't have an influx of applications.
When do you get approval of have you gotten approval for the student funding yet?
Not yet.
April, I think, okay.
Should be soon.
It's supposed to be April, okay. And you did apply for a student for Edge Arts. I think, right?
Yes.
You had said that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think if there's people to run it, and it sounds like the New Horizons came in, so if there's someone there to sort of, that's my kind of concern is if it's just students there. Because Kristen's busy with the pool and dealing with all of that. And then if they're just by themselves, not only can it be unsafe, but it's also kind of, I don't know, they need supervision to help them keep busy and stuff. So, yeah, but I like this proposal, but I guess it does have to go back to the Edge Arts, and I think I can understand sort of the apprehension of maybe, some folks there that, I believe that Kristen does use the space for some summer programming with the kids that she does programming with. I think she does go into there sometime. And Sumi too. Yeah, so there would have to, there would be a lot going, which is great. There would be a lot going on, but I think there would have to be something figured out, but it would be nice to have a place for visitor information and visitor help. So I guess we'll just direct the arts committee to go back at it and keep going on that proposal, and then it gets sent off to the EDC to, I don't like the word approve it, but like provide input and recommendations, right? Yeah, absolutely. But good job on that, okay.
I like the idea of moving the students around too. That's,
Yeah, we've been trying to do that.
yeah.
Okay, on to number 5A, fire department minutes of March 8th, 2023. This is resolution number 77, 2023, moved by Councillor Hart, seconded by Councillor Pelche, that the minutes of the Nipigon Volunteer Fire Department on March 8th, 2023 are hereby approved. Is there any discussion on that? Councillor McKenzie.
Yes, thank you. It was interesting, reading this, the report, because, I've often wondered about electric vehicles, and if there's a collision, you know, how do you neutralize the battery, and apparently there is a thing called Sparky that does that. So that makes me feel a little bit more reassured that there's safety for our firefighters when they go to a collision there. Like, it's not all automotive and fuel, but there's other issues to contend with. So I'm glad that they brought that to our attention. Sparking.
Any other discussion or questions on that? I'll just talk a little about the motion to change the brush burning bylaw to 5 days from 2 days. So that was, again, just to remind everybody, that was brought up by a member of the community that would have liked to see no burning permits for the winter. It's good to see that they've moved it from 2 days to 5 days, a little more realistic, but I'll just let that individual know that that's what the result of that discussion was. And if he has any questions, I guess he can just talk to the fire chief. Hey, Kelly?
I spoke to the fire chief actually about this, and he's
Okay.
bringing the whole fire permit back to because I said you have to put it as a recommendation to council to change it, because it is a bylaw as well.
Okay.
There's still some discussion to have on this, and that, but I mean, again, it's the whole idea of the brush burning permit that came up was not many years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago. Our past chief, Chief Kate, advised that when brush burning happens, there's not the likelihood, but there's a possibility that it gets out of hand. And the reason he asked in the burning permit to have the 2 days, so a day that they're gonna burn, an alternative day if it's too windy and stuff, is to make sure that he has the resources on hand, meaning people, to deal with a brush fire. And so that's why he brought it up, and we had a long discussion. I basically just listened, and the 5 days would be, I'm gonna burn this day, but here's my alternate days, so he can say, like, you know what, this weekend, you know, half my fire department has gone away, I don't have the resources, you know, that it's just about safety for everybody, including our fire department. So, and then the fire permit from January 1st to December 31st, you come in and you fill it out once and it's good for the year. So we did that just because, as our public works superintendent knows, somebody used to come in every 2 months to renew his fire permit on the days. And we just kind of wanted to make it easier on people doing fire permits and stuff. So this was all about just more about the brush burning, trying to just make sure our fire department had the resources available, because a few years ago, or a number of years ago, there was a brush that almost got away and they didn't have the people there to go. So again, you know, these are discussions. He's gonna bring it back to the fire department. Councillor Stockmiller will be at the meeting, so she has experience with forest fires, and she can add her expertise into it, and they can come up with a solution for the brush burn.
Sounds good. Okay, so that the minutes of the Nipigon Volunteer Fire Department on March 8th, 2023 are hereby approved. All in favor? And carried. Okay, sundries 6A, exit interview policy amendment. This is resolution 78, 2023, moved by Counselor McKenzie, seconded by Counselor Hart. That this council hereby approves the following amendment to the exit interview policy for the Township of Nipigon. Employees who have left the township's employment since September 2022 be given the opportunity to complete an exit interview as per this policy. Discussion.
I'm not voting against, but I'm just saying, I think we should be dealing with the people that's been in our term. I don't like going backwards. I feel it just creates a can of worms myself personally, on stuff I know nothing about. Or wanna bring up something, maybe they don't wanna bring up, that's all I gotta say about it.
I would have to agree in that aspect.
Neutral.
Yeah, so this is something that is important to me because I feel like we have a really good policy. And I feel like the exit interviews that were not done using best practices. And I feel like we could get additional information that can, I don't want to say it, that can improve the positions and, you know, one of them hasn't been filled yet. So I just feel like what can it hurt really? So to get more information.
It's optional. Like whoever.
It's optional. Oh, absolutely. As per the policy, it is optional. So it can be offered and then if it's declined and we move on. Yeah. All right. All in favor? And 3-1, so it's carried. $79. Okay, this is just for information, I believe. 6B sundries, Ministry of Transportation. Okay. So CA Pakinina met with the representative of the MTO recently and offered to present to council the following. MTO is prepared to meet with the CAO and other town representatives to give a presentation on highway maintenance. This educational session will go over the following topics: highway maintenance background, winter maintenance overview, winter maintenance planning and delivery of services, highways 1117 winter maintenance services, and ongoing improvements. And so if council is interested in meeting time and date can be set for this educational session. Councilor McKenzie?
Perhaps this could be, I'm gonna suggest maybe we could have this presentation at a council meeting. That way the public would be informed as well. I don't think it would have to be, you know, a lengthy one, but might be longer than 10 minutes, but we can maybe approve ahead of time for a more lengthy.
Did they give an, oh, sorry, did they give an indication of how long it might take?
It's an education session. So it wasn't a public presentation. It's basically an educational session that they've offered to councils. I'm not sure if I could present it to be held at a council meeting, but it was more them presenting an educational session on those 5 topics and then receiving questions back on them. So I can bring it back to them and see if they want to do have an audience at the council meeting.
Okay,
I don't think an education session would be what you would want here.
Councilor McKenzie?
Yes, I know in the past we've had a session like an hour before council, that type of thing. So, you know, that way the public can come and participate if they want, and then it's also on a council meeting. So say the council meeting's at 7 o'clock, they would come at 6 and do an hour presentation. That way the public is available and we're available on the same night, something like that.
Are they okay with doing it to the public though?
I can't comment on that. This is
Okay.
what he gave to me.
Okay.
He's offered to meet with council, or they've offered to meet with councils.
Okay.
I'll bring it back to him.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. And Councilor Hart, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think, is there, we can put a point on there also, Kelly, maybe if they could bring up the status of the alternate route.
That's the ongoing improvements.
Yeah, that's ongoing improvements.
Yeah,
I thought that ongoing improvements was what they're doing with the main highway, but the alternate route,
that will be part of the.
it will be, okay, I just wanna know that that's on there.
Yeah.
I wanna bypass that. Thanks.
Yes, please.
I just want to state that there's also a letter here from Stan Cho, Assistant Minister of Transportation, thanking Mr. Packnine for meeting with him at Roma.
Oh, yeah,
I just want to remind everybody that this fellow is, yeah, he clearly, Mr. Packnine wasn't there, so it's kind of interesting to me that he would say that, but I guess he's confused.
No,
So,
but he's referring, he said, I was pleased to meet with your delegation
yeah,
in person.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay.
So
Thank you for meeting with me. Okay.
just because my name is on most of the MTO stuff.
Okay.
I see
He was the one that
that.
said that Councillor Pelche had a word for sports casting. That's interesting. Okay. Sorry, I just had to mention that. Sundry's, 6C Association of Municipalities of Ontario. This is just for informational purposes. Navigating conflict relationship as an elected official. I actually attended that training and it was very good. 2 morning sessions online. So it was interesting. Help you also in your personal life as in addition to your professional life, which is kind of neat. I think homelessness symposium. Okay. And our AMO letter. Newsletter, any comments or anything about that? Councilor McKenzie.
you know, I'm really happy that people are starting to take this homelessness issue a little more seriously. I just find it ironic that AMO is having a meeting at the Hyatt Place in Toronto on homelessness. I don't know. That just didn't sit well with me. I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but you know, perhaps, you know,
Ironic.
they would have had a nice, maybe perhaps another venue such as maybe at the Salvation Army center or something where, you know, somewhere where you're right in with the people and you're where the issues are. But that, you know, I don't want to say that what they're doing is wrong. Just in optics, it'd be nice to have something else. That's all. Thank you.
There's also the new counselor training. Part of that as well. Okay. Sundries D, the Thunder Bay District Social Services Administration Board. Update from the board. Does anyone have any comments about that? Okay. Moving on, Sundries 6E, other municipal resolutions. So we have Resolution 79, 2023, moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby supports the municipality of Chatham-Kent's resolution regarding insurance rates. So there's a resolution that they sent out trying to engage other municipalities and looking at solutions to support improvements to municipal insurance in Ontario, which I'm sure the CEO can speak on, is very extensive. Yeah. All right, any discussion on that? All in favor? And carried. Okay, Municipality of Howick, school board elections. Resolution 80, 2023, moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby supports the Township of Howick's resolution regarding school board elections. Councillor McKenzie?
Again, I just had a quick question for our CAO there. Like school boards right now, they piggyback, right, on the municipal election?
No, you have to hold it, it's during the municipal election, but it's a separate election.
It's a separate election?
Yeah, for
And-
all the school boards, so we have 4 school boards we deal with, we run those elections and don't get compensated for it.
Okay, so we actually run it though, right?
Yes,
We run it on their behalf.
on all 4 school boards,
Oh,
so
yeah.
English, public English separate, French public, French separate, we
Yeah,
run
okay.
5 elections at once.
Okay.
Okay, and then so this resolution from Howick is looking at having the school boards oversee their own elections. Okay. So all in favor? And carried. Town of Carlton Place, IPV VAW. Resolution 81, 2023, moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this council hereby supports the Township of Howick's resolution declaring intimate partner violence, violence against women as an epidemic. Any discussion? All in favor? And okay, we're into any other business. First we'll go to staff to see, Shane, any other business you want to bring up? Anything you want to mention, Linda? Anything? No. Thanks. Dave, have that in? Anything? We'll start with Councillor Hart.
Good at this point in time.
Okay. Councillor McKenzie?
Okay, just a friendly reminder that the Thunder Bay District Municipal League meeting is this Thursday and Friday. Hopefully the weather's gonna cooperate. And then I just wanted, I'm still, Linda and Kelly, I'm just still having some issues with my emails. I'm not getting council packages on that were sent on Friday, for example. And that's been 2 Fridays in a row. So, like, and what happened is when, Suzanne asked for like a change in the PDF format, I got that one. You know, but I didn't get the initial one, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Other than that, no, thank you.
I'm good.
Councillor Pelche, you're good. On my end, I'd just like to acknowledge the staff and volunteers that put on the Winter Carnival. It was really well run. I was there for a couple of the, my kids are a little older now though, so I was there for a couple of the events, and it was really well run, and I think it was well attended. It seems like things are starting to get back to normal post COVID, so good job to them, and thank you to the sponsors as well.
There's some really nice sculptures
Mhm.
and
Congratulations to
fake
you guys.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah. And I think that's it for me. Okay. So now we're at resolution 82, 2023, moved by Councillor Pelche, seconded by Councillor Hart, that this meeting do now adjourn. And it is 7:31.